Hey everyone, Brian here, and welcome back to a new video. And this time we are going to be facing off against LOKESH. I'm currently recording this on Christmas Eve, one day before Christmas. And to be honest, I'm slightly sick, but it's not often that you get to face LOKESH. So this was one day after I had returned from college back to Bloons Tower Defense Battles, and this was my, I'd say, second. Well, actually, this was my second series after 6 months, because my first series after 6 months was against LOKESH, which was my previous video where he beat me 3-1. If you haven't seen that yet, I highly recommend watching this. He uploaded his point of view on his channel too. I haven't seen these games on his channel yet, but you can probably guess why. Anyway, first game, Blast the Populace. And this is a best of 5. We agreed a best of 5 before the game. And yeah, pretty much just boost only, no rules. Starter map, he picked. Actually, he picked every map. Well, I don't really care because he's better at me at every map. I don't think picking a map would make that much difference, because Swan Lake, man, Boat Farm Mortar does not work anymore because of that OP Cobra buff. I mean, even before that Cobra buff, it was still pretty close, but now it's just obviously Cobra wins, which I don't really like, but it is what it is. So, round 6. I'm going Heli Farm Glue, whereas he's going Bomb Cobra Mortar. So I sent him some blacks. I bleed boost him actually to force a tower boost on his end, and he is being quite aggro because he has to. If we upgrade to a bank, then he's dead. There's no way he can come back from a bank round 13-14, and if he can't force sell, then I can just Apache round 18 and BIA round 19-ish, and then we can defend round 25 with 2 Apaches plus the few glue strikes. So yeah, we only have 1 plantation, which is pretty much natural. From what I can recall, 1 plantation round 7 is pretty good against Cobra. And he sends yellows. We're gonna have to boost this. We have no money really, so it's not like we can afford a second heli, a second glue, or even a Razor Rotors. What he does here now is, now I'm of course expecting a bloom boosted yellow rush, because he did not use his bloom boost for that first rush. So, as expected, he starts sending me bloom boosted yellows. But I also noticed it is round 9 where there's regrow yellows from the AI. And also, he doesn't even have that many Cobras up. He only had 3 Cobras up, and from experience, round 10 you would usually have around 5 or 6. So, of course, he is gonna die, even with the boost. Yeah, so he is BMing me right now because he's pretty pissed. I think that's the first... No, it's not. I was about to say it's the first game that he lost to me, but it wasn't, because he lost on that swamp game, if you remember from the previous video. But yeah. And then I'm considering, will I beat LOKESH in a series? Because from watching his videos, LOKESH hasn't lost a series in the past 6 months. Or maybe he just isn't uploading them, I don't know. But from what I can see, he hasn't lost a series in a really long time. So I'm thinking, maybe with my retired playstyle, he isn't expecting all of my random rushes, shall we say, because I haven't met anyone with a playstyle like myself, aka random all-outs. Is there anyone like me? Maybe, I don't know, because everyone these days tries to play really, really perfect, and to be fair, LOKESH does a really good job of this. He's almost perfected every single play, and I think he basically has optimized BTD. Every move he makes is more or less optimized. But what he doesn't realize, actually he probably realizes this, but anyway, I may as well say this. With that perfect gameplay can make you susceptible to random rushes. For example, if I go off script, let's say we are playing chess, and like chess is a drawn game, but if I play some really obscure line, then he is going to be unprepared. Although I think if he plays me a bit more, he'll probably slaughter me, but yeah, it's pretty good. So he was going Darkland Farm Glue on this map, Roadblock. Pretty strange loser map. From when I was playing in tournaments last summer, this map wasn't really included in map pools because he wants to play late game, man, honestly. But it seems like LOKESH does, because he's got a really passive strategy. The reason I go Heli Farm Ice is because I think he was going to take Eco, but because he played this really weird strategy on offside last time we played, like Bomb, Mortar, Ninja. Apparently it is viable, but oh man, that's so strange to me. I would have just thought it would die round 13, but apparently it does not. So we have to play aggro because he will beat me late game. So we send Bloom Boost to the yellows, trying to force an upgrade. And honestly, I was just expecting a boost, but what he does instead is go for a 2-1 Dartland, which is pretty strange in my opinion. Well, that upgrade might have gotten a buff, I don't know, but from experience, it's a pretty useless upgrade. Unless you want to go for a laser cannon, but he probably knows best. Okay, so I sent some leads here, trying to force a 2-0 glue at least, which will probably be upgraded to a 2-2, but I don't think he has. He is saving up a lot of money too. We are tied in farms, however, he does have slightly more money saved up, and we are also going to have to get up our rotors for round 12. So he does an extremely greedy move. He goes for a bank round 11, while I was anti-stalling. And yes, Roadblock is around the length of Dreadbloom Cave, but still, I just don't see this happening. He's gonna have to sell us. He has no money in reserve. Like he doesn't even have a 2-2 glue. Let's be honest. So he goes for a second glue. However, that second glue isn't even the 2-2. It's like a 2-1 or a 2-0. So we layer it with some camo zebras, because he isn't gonna defend all that with only a 2-1. So he goes for a laser cannon, and he still dies. But let's be real here. Even if he hadn't have died there, he has no farms, no eco. His strategy relies on like a round 13 BIA. Otherwise, we will just outlast him late game. And I'm pretty sure I will showcase this in future series, because Dartland Farm Glue is a pretty popular strat nowadays. But you have to get around 13 BIA, around 13 or 14 BIA, otherwise you are just dead to So My Gods late game. Unless you have a map full of Ray of Dooms, which won't happen if you don't guess up an early BIA. So with LOKESH selling his farm, I was pretty confident I had the game in the bag there, even if he didn't choke. It's probably better that he choked, saved us some time. So yeah, his loser map is Swamp. Because last time I played LOKESH, we both went Heli Farm Glue. I was kind of expecting him to go Heli Farm Glue again, which is why I went Cobra. But instead he goes Dartland Farm Glue, which is a better counter against Cobra than Heli Farm Glue is. And the reason why is pretty simple. Dartland means greed more, plus you don't have to Apache. Like if you have Heli Farm Glue, your only defense for adjustment is an Apache. Like downdrafts ain't doing shit. But anyway, Dartland Farm Glue, there's laser cannons, there's rocket pods, and those aren't as expensive as an Apache, which is why it counters Cobra a lot better. However, it's still a pretty tight matchup because of this Cobra buff. Like in the past, nah, no way. But now Cobra So much money. So it is worth a try. Of course, I try to want to be as aggro as possible. It is going to stall the round slightly longer, but that's not going to matter because he is Dartlin. He's going to try to stall the rounds for as long as possible anyway. So he has two powerful darts, but still, I have to be as aggro as possible. I have to force a 2-2 glue or a boost. Like, I'm not letting him get away with this now. And he has the boost, which I'm pretty happy with because that's one less boost that he's going to have to defend adjustment. And let's be real. The rounds from round 18 to round 21 are the most scariest for adjustment. People always say round 25 is the scariest, but at least in round 25 you have plenty of money handy. On round 18 you have just upgraded to a BIA basically, and you have no money available. So that's where you have to use a boost, but now he's down to only 2 boosts, which isn't too good for him. Yeah, and he still only has like a 2-1 glue, so I'm thinking of forcing something. I'm not exactly sure what, but again, he does that exact same mistake as he did on the Roadblock game. He goes for a round 11 bank, and as you see, I did my cry and face BM, so I'm like, LOKESH, what the fuck are you doing? You are gonna have to sell us. And then LOKESH is like, nah, I'm fine, buddy. But I'm like, bro, I don't even have to send camos. I could just eco and you still have to boost. So now, instead of the usual 3 boost he would have going into round 18 adjustment, he now only has 1 boost. So I know now that I don't even have to try to force the bank sell, but I can just adjust him because he has no boosts. He's going to have to sell his BIA should he go for it round 17-18. And if he doesn't go for a BIA, he's pretty much screwed around like 25. So that is the strategy right now. And of course, we have so much money because of that Cobra buff. $1 per round extra may not seem like a lot, but it all stacks up really, because now that's like 10, 100, that's like 15 times 20, that's like 500 extra cash. So he goes for like a round 15 BIA, which is fairly decent, but he's going to have to set at around 18-ish, I think anyway. But LOKESH probably has some tricks up his sleeve. What does LOKESH mean actually? That's a name, maybe, I don't know. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's his first name, since when I sent him money on PayPal, his name was LOKESH. Yeah, fair. Okay. Yeah. Did I send him money or did he send me money? I don't know. Nothing dodgy. So round 18 I start adjusting him, and of course he has to cash out, which he hasn't yet, but he's gonna have to. Or else he's gonna have to use his last boost, which he clearly doesn't want to do, I would guess. So he has cashed out now, and he goes for a laser cannon. However, I know that because his laser cannon is chasing pretty hard, he's gonna have to boost sooner or later. But then I realized, oh my god, LOKESH is actually defending this. So I have to do something drastic, because if I don't do something drastic, he's just gonna keep up his BIA, make 3 times as much money as me, and I'm gonna die. So I do this really sneaky play. I offensive push him at BFB. So he has no money in his BIA now because he has just cashed it out. So I'm hoping that he's gonna have to sell it here. If not, we're gonna have to pray. But still, he only has 1 boost because he wasted those boosts early game for that round 11 bank. I don't think it's worth it, but I mean, what else can he do? Does mix eco ever work? Probably not. I think LOKESH's play was the most efficient, but still. What do you do when someone offensive pushes you a BFB? And she still should send me some balloons, because we only have a single mortar round 20. So he's used his last boost, and I'm really happy about this, because now he's pretty much dead around 25 unless he upgrades to a Ray of Doom. So I'm super happy. But look at the BFB. It's really pushing. And this is all Dartlin lag here, but the adjustment slowly overwhelms him and kills him. So yeah, this is a trio, and this is the first time I have seen Lokesh lose a series in a long, long time. So yeah. We actually did play after this, since Lokesh wanted to tell Brian Chess who's boss. Friendlies though. When we played this match, this was a best of 5 only. The games after that wasn't part of this best of 5. But yeah, being honest, we played like 10 games after, and he 10-0'd me. So yeah, that's Lokesh when he's mad. 10-0. 10-0. He 10-0'd me after. But I'm still happy. I won a series against Lokesh. The only series that I could find that I beat Lokesh. So, there we go. Hope you guys enjoyed. Make sure to subscribe to Lokesh and me, and I'll see you guys in my next one. Peace.